guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here and who don't know me, hi, my name is Maria, and today I've got a class for you that's going to be focused on really working your feet, your ankles, and your calves. Now, why is it so important to really focus on this area of our body? Now, this is really important because if you're someone who's working in an office job like I am 5 days a week, you can find that once you get home, this area of our body is either really weakened or, cramping up from sitting all day long. So this class is going to be a really quick sequence that you can do when you get back home from work. Truly focus on these bad boys and kind of give you a nice release for, strengthening and toning this part of our body, which is really important when you work in the corporate sphere. So without further ado, let's get to our practice. Alright, so the first thing that you want to do when you get on your mat, when you enroll it, when you get home, is going to take a butterfly position. So all we're doing here is we're connecting the soles of our feet together and we're letting our knees fall apart here. We're going to use our hands and we're going to grab our feet, strengthen up the spine of our back, and just kind of sit here, feeling this nice elongation of the spine and that nice relief in the calf muscle. So all we're doing here is letting those knees fall apart, feeling our breath, feeling that relaxation in our calves, and really feeling this nice deep stretch. If you want, you can take your hands and kind of push down your knees just for a little bit more elongation right here in your inner thigh muscle, really allowing this stretch to go a little further. Great job. Go back and hold your feet here. And let's just breathe for a couple of minutes just in this position, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out through your mouth. 2 more times just like this. Very nice. Let's bring our knees together. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go up on our tippy toes. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me here. We're just going to go up on our tippy toes here, really allowing ourselves to strengthen those ankles. What this position really allows you to do is to stretch out this part of your body, this calf muscle, and it's going to strengthen those ankles as well. So we're really working here on allowing to animate our ankles after having seated all day long, which is really, if you're being seated all day long, they're going to get weaker. So this is really a great exercise to strengthen those ankles. And all you're going to do is rock back and forth just a little bit like that, using the support of your hands to kind of elongate that facial muscle. The facial muscle right here. So all we're doing here is just rocking back and forth. Back and forth, really nice. Breathing through each breath. Try to look at the top of your mat, using the support of your hands to kind of do this exercise here. Really nice. Go ahead and bring that down. Beautiful. Now we're going to go into our hero's position. Now, how to go into our hero's position? We're going to go down to our knees, and all we're doing here is we're bringing our legs to each side of our bodies just like this. So in essence, our ankles are right by our buttocks here, and we're sitting on our behind, but our ankles are just out towards the side. And so what this position does for us, it really allows us to strengthen out that calf and elongate this muscle, allowing for a nice deep release after being seated all day long in our office chair. So let's just sit here, feeling our breath once more, feeling that nice elongation in the calf muscles. Very nice. Go ahead and interlace your hands at this time, really just bringing them forward, giving our wrists a nice deep stretch as well to work on those carpal tunnel muscles to avoid the carpal tunnel syndrome. Good job. And go ahead and bring those arms up as well whilst you're in your hero's position. Opening up your chest, aligning your shoulders with your torso. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and bring it back. Take another deep breath while you're in your hero's position here. Wonderful. Now the next pose we're going to do is we're going to do a yogic squat. Now all we're doing here is we're just going to move our feet towards the opposite side of our mat. We're going to open up our hips. You kind of look like a frog here. And we're going to use our hands and we're going to push our knees away from each other using our hands. Now this is a really great hip opener as well, and it allows us to really strengthen our ankles because we're placing our weight on those bad boys. So all we're doing here is we're using the force of our elbows to push our knees away from each other, and our feet are facing separate directions. And we're bringing all of our strength on our ankles here. So this is a really nice exercise to kind of open up your hips, breathe, feel that nice spine elongation, that nice pressure on those ankles. And you can kind of, move side to side here, as I'm doing here, or you can stay stable, really making sure that your back is straight, feeling that opening in the hips, and that pressure in those ankles. Inhale. And a big exhalation. Inhale. And a big exhalation. Really nice. Let's bring our hands down. And we're going to do a little Spiderman is what I like to call it. So you're going to Spiderman. Since I don't really have that much room, we're just going to take this left leg out. We're going to keep this right leg in. And all we're doing here is we're flexing this left foot, trying to keep it as straight as possible. And we're bringing our pressure down on this right foot here. Now, if you feel comfortable, go ahead and take a bind, just like that. If you do not feel comfortable, if you're not there yet, just keep your hands on the ground, just like your Spider-Man over here. And try to go ahead and look up towards the sky, feeling that nice opening hip stretch, and making sure that your left foot is really flexed, is to strengthen out that ankle and that calf here. Really nice. Keep breathing, looking up towards the sky. Beautiful. Now all we're going to do is we're going to Spider-Man to the other side, so kind of taking our time here and Spider-Manning. Doing the same posture but towards the other side. So this time your right leg is straight. Your right foot is flexed, so we're really working on elongating that inner thigh and our calf, as well as our ankle here, and all of our pressure goes onto this ankle. So once again, you can stay in this pose, and you can keep your hands in front of you, or if you're a bit more advanced and a bit more comfortable, go ahead and take that nice bind, feeling that nice opening stretch in those hips. Taking a breath here. Feeling that nice hip opener in the hip flexor. Taking a moment to connect with the breath in this posture. Closing your eyes if that feels good for you. Beautiful. Let's go back into our seated position on the floor. And now we're going to take our foot, and all we're doing here is just we're going to kind of give it a nice twist. So we're really just going to get the pressure out of that hip, really feeling that nice tension melt away. Really nice. And let's try and go ahead and give some calf raises to that leg. So all we're doing here is we're bringing that foot up and down, up and down. Go up on your tippy toes and down. On your tippy toes and down. Now, what calf raises do in order to help your ankles is they really strengthen them. And when you're up in this posture, this part of your ankle really gets strengthened. So if you're doing this repeatedly, and it's really much more effective if you are standing. We're just going to be a little bit, doux in French, as we say, a little bit softer once we're doing this position today. But usually it's better if you do this standing with both feet. But for now, we're just going to work on this ankle, really allowing forward to go up and down, up and down. Perfect. One more time. Up and down. Let's go back into our seated position and go to the other side. So let's take our left foot, kind of circle it around here, letting go of all of the tension. Feeling that tension kind of melt away in our ankle. Beautiful. Go ahead and do some calf raises with that other leg. So all we're doing here is we're bringing it up and down, strengthening that left ankle now. Up and down, up and down. Good job. Up and down. You should feel kind of, after doing this for a couple of times, you should feel kind of a nice sensation in the front of your ankle here, just because we're working that little muscle here. We're working on strengthening the whole ankle here today. Beautiful. Now let's go back into our cobbler's position, or our butterfly position, whichever you like to call it. So putting our soles of our feet together. Bringing our hands onto our feet, taking a nice deep breath. Focusing just on our breath and our inhalation and exhalation, on that nice sensation we have in our ankles and our calves and our feet. Feeling the tension melt away in those areas of our body. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a big deep breath in, bringing our hands to the air, bringing our hands to the heart, going back into our seated easy position, and bringing our hands to our forehead, to our third eye chakra, thanking ourselves for spending the time to really work on those busy parts of our bodies that sometimes we forget to work on. Thank you so much for taking this time to be a healthier you after your work and your job. And I can't wait to see you next week. Namaste. If you did enjoy this class, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and some love.